Tonikaku Kawaii, or Tonikawa as it is commonly known, is a rom-com story with a mangaka that gave us Haite no Gotoku. His name is Kenjiro Hata. It's one that I was waiting for an anime adaptation for the longest time, and when it was finally announced and started airing, I knew I had to do analysis of the opening. Much like Haite no Gotoku, there are mystical elements in the story that are dropped here and there, but the focus is in the everyday life of the characters Nasa and Tsukasa. Unlike Hayate, where all the girls fawn over the combat beltlet with him being oblivious to it, an obvious overused trope in anime, this anime does not waste any time in establishing that the couple who have mutual feelings for each other are the first two introduced in the opening. There will be some light spoilers, but nothing too big. With that out of the way, let's begin the analysis. The opening shot is of the full moon with snow beginning to slowly fall towards the earth. We get a shot of Tsukasa trying to stay warm and slowly looks up at the moon with a tear rolling down her cheek. The song, Koi no Uta, gives us a narration of this scene as the singer asks, "How much further till I walk to the moon? How many cold nights do I need to spend?" These could be the questions that are going through her mind. The soft plucking of the chords gives off a somber sound and makes us really feel for her. The ripple effects from the water droplets on the beat gives us the impression that this isn't the first tear Tsukasa has shed. This somber environment suddenly changes though as we see her tear fall to the ground. Tsukasa suddenly finds herself surrounded by drops of light ascending to heaven, which is a contrast to the dark colors that we saw in the beginning. And these droplets, they illuminate the area around her and signal that something extraordinary is about to happen. This scene is very reminiscent of the ending scene from Clannad After Story in the OP. As she turns around, she sees Nasa. His innocent smile and blushing cheeks ignites a spark in her heart. It syncs with the singer as she asks, "What is this feeling?" The next section has an interesting style that highlights the relationship that Tsukasa and Nasa have. The abnormal wrench in their relationship is that they get married before ever dating. Which is the rule that Tsukasa gave to Nasa when they first met and then disappeared for a few years only to return with a marriage form as promised. Each scene is always covered halfway by either a blue square on the right side and then alternating to the left side as a pink square. This is done as we get to see a montage of everyday life of their marriage. We get a flustered Nasa as he looks over to his wife in the morning with her shirt a little undone. He's obviously flustered as he went from single to married in one night, so anyone would act the way he did. It is hilarious. We then see Nasa work as Tsukasa cooks, just looking like blissfully newlyweds, which obviously they are. We then see Nasa take a picture of his cute wife at a park, which is taken right from the anime. Nasa gets a little overzealous in wanting to take pictures of his adorable wife. The last part of this montage is them in separate baths but getting embarrassed since they're probably thinking of the other being on the other side with nothing on except their birthday suit. Now, all these events are really mundane and don't really stand out too much if you were to show this to some random person on the street. But that's the beauty of it. We are seeing all these firsts of the couple and just how special it is to them. This is also made apparent with the music as it starts to become more fierce. The bass drum comes in and imitates the heart thumping inside the chest of these two. It then picks up again as we are introduced to the supporting characters. The clapping is on a syncopated beat, and the characters are doing this little sway and dip with a smile, except for the one blonde girl, which we won't talk about, suggesting their happiness to the couple. The percussion and music start to get louder and come to its climax as we see Nasa and Tsukasa reach out their hands to one another. The camera zooms in on Tsukasa's eyes and all we see in its reflection is a blushing and astonished Nasa. He's probably thinking how he was even able to get someone as amazing as Tsukasa. This moment is made even better as the lyrics proclaim this feeling is love. It will give you chills as you get to this point and you get this EDM melody as we see the title appear. The black and pink colors are a nice touch and the subtitle "Fly Me to the Moon" has two possible meanings in my opinion. One of them could be a reference to Frank Sinatra's song "Fly Me to the Moon." The two reasons for that is because one of the out-of-the-world love he speaks of in the song, and the fact that they played the song by astronauts of Apollo 10 when they were on the moon. And we also know NASA is named after NASA, so it seems fitting. The other two reference or the other reference would be to the tale of Princess Kaguya. If you have heard of this tale before, you know that there have been modern adaptations of the tale, and this one borrows elements of the story for Tsukasa's character. Heck, the scene in the beginning of the opening where Tsukasa looks up at the full moon and cries is taken directly from that tale, albeit in the story was done in the summer, and in the anime it's snowing to recreate the season of when the two of them met. This is also why in the next shot we see both of them skyrocketing into the air with the full moon in the background. All of this screams that Tsukasa is this anime's Kaguya. Although this subject is explored a little in the anime and a little more in the manga, the plot point doesn't carry much weight, at least not yet, to the story being told. That magical and fantastic part of her life is secondary to the love and life she now has with Nasa. This is what makes the anime so good. The important part is the relationship and love of these two and not Tsukasa's backstory. This is nailed in as the opening comes to a close with the wedding of the two and them sharing a kiss as the song ends and we see the church bells ringing. This opening was done so perfectly to portray the theme and focus of the anime. The lyrics of the song are synchronized so well with the scenes that it truly is a work of art. It is a great way to pique the interest of those who are not sure of whether or not to watch this anime. I hope that this analysis has nudged you enough to pick it up. You won't regret it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know of any other anime openings you would like me to analyze. This is David the Smash Fan, and I'm out.